Hey class, welcome to Miss Dauble's workspace this evening, her dining room table. Woohoo! And to her right side, a really cool Hot Wheel track that my son made earlier this morning. Getting back on track here. I'm going to try and make this very short and clean and to the point. Today you created your flip book, right? Watching this video that I showed you or attached to your Google Classroom, which I thought was an amazing video and very impressive to be able to clearly go over how to create a flip book without any type of verbal information. But the reason I'm showing you this right now is because I'm going to fast forward to the end here where the person starts getting into animating, right? So they start by drawing their circles, and then every page or cell they place on top of, they continue to move that circle, right, to then generate this idea of a moving ball or something back and forth. And the person just used Sharpie marker, which is all fine and dandy, but I don't want you to use this approach. Reason being is that this video, the animation they're creating is very simple. We are not creating just plain circles. Our animations have a little bit more substance to them, right? So you don't want to start by drawing with a Sharpie marker and then make a mistake and then have this beautiful flip book that you made and have mess ups from page to page. So how are we going to go over this? So I'm going to try and show you really quickly using one hand because I have I'm holding my phone in one hand and I'm going to attempt to begin my flip book with the other. So this is my challenge for this evening. You should have your 4 cells, right, from beginning, middle to end. And your flip book, which I actually took my paper clip off of. You should not, but for the sole purpose of just demonstrating with one hand here. Your flip book is 24 cells, right? So if you were going to split this up into 24 cells and evenly disperse them, it would be about 6 cells between each of these points that we have here. So that would be cell 1, cell 6, cell 18, and cell 24. So what I would first do is organize your book and just lay out where cell 1 is and then where cell 6 would be, where cell 18 would be, and where cell 24 would be, so you can plan out accordingly what's going to happen between each of those cells. The next thing I would do is start drawing. You have to work backwards. So here's my approach. You either start with cell 24 and work back from there, or what I'm going to do, and I'm going to see if this works, is start with cell 6, work back, then go to cell 18, work back to 6, and then 24, and then work back to 18. So what I did was on page 6, right, where cell 6 is. Now, this might be confusing because my drawing here is of blooming flowers, right? But I'm trying to show you this very quickly and to the point. So for my example, I drew balloons, right, through the sky. So on cell 6, I drew 2, and before I get into this, because I already did this before and it didn't work, meaning I videotaped it and then I lost it. So I drew with pencil first. Okay, so I drew the clouds and the balloons with pencil. And then I went over it with marker, and then I was able to see my drawing on top of this, and drew with pencil again, and then marker. So maybe I'll start cell 4. So you can see that I have cell 6, then I was able to draw in cell 5, right? So when I go to draw in cell 4, you're gonna see that I can easily transfer my image underneath, because you can lightly see that those clouds and the balloon, right? So now what I'm going to do is go in. I'm going to try and do this with one hand here, people, so bear with me. And to draw what I can kind of see here. Okay, so now I'm going to draw the clouds. I'm drawing the clouds as if like they're moving. So I have them actually moving to the left. Okay, and I'm going to do the same with these clouds. Now these clouds are kind of moving through. Ooh, bear with my hand drawing here, because I'm doing one hand. And then I'm going to move the balloon down. Okay, so if you were to see what I'm drawing here, I adjusted it slightly. So I've got clouds moving to the left a little bit more and my balloon moving down a little bit more, right? So then once I get my drawing in place with pencil, I'm going to then take my pen, okay, and I'm going to draw over that, so that this way when I go to cell 4, I can see it. Because right now, I mean, actually I can kind of see it. It's a little bit harder to see, but with just pencil, it's a little bit harder to see that cell underneath and to transfer it through. So that would be my process. Another approach would be that you could take your phone and put it underneath 2 cells at a time, so that that light comes through, so that you can transfer over images from one to the next. But that's how I would approach this. For right now, I'm going to explain to you in my do now a written explanation of how many cells I'd like to see from you, and talk a little bit more about color. But I hope that this video was helpful, and I can't wait to see some of your ideas.